He had asked her out, but then she'd had to tell him something, and none of her excuses seemed to be good enough. How long could she keep a guy at bay after kissing him the way she had in front of the Lincoln Memorial in D.C.? Swooning? Liz shook her head, trying to keep her voice down. Are you serious? He's been flirting with you all night, Lizzie. Victoria batted her eyes at Liz. Oh, stop calling me that. He won't. That was the truth. Hayden hadn't stopped calling her Lizzie since that night they'd kissed over the summer. Victoria found it hilarious and always poked fun of Hayden whenever she could. You're insufferable. You know that, right? Victoria smiled in a way that said more than even her perfectly arched eyebrow. Liz didn't know why she let her best friend get to her so easily. She wasn't ready to move on. She wasn't over Brady Maxwell, as much as she wanted to let go. Their relationship had been too important for her to just easily move on to someone else. Perhaps that was silly. Well, if you won't make a move, then maybe I should, Victoria suggested, like she had just thought of it. Hayden's not even your type. Type? Victoria asked. What is this thing you speak of? He's not currently working toward or already has a PhD. Well, yeah, he's not smart enough for me. That's obvious, Victoria said. Liz rolled her eyes. But I think I wouldn't mind a piece of tall, fit runner for a change, Victoria said, taking a step forward. Victoria, Liz snapped, blocking her path. Cut it out. Oh, come on, Liz, have some fun. Not that kind of fun. The last thing she wanted was for Victoria to embarrass her in front of all of her colleagues. And, well, even if she wasn't sure she was ready to move past what had happened with Brady, that certainly didn't mean she wanted Victoria to make a pass at Hayden. Why not? Just go home with him. Have a good fuck and move on from the summer. The summer is over. You can't change anything that happened, but you don't have to let it make your decisions for you. I'm not, Liz said, but there was no conviction in her voice. How could she ever explain? Letting Brady go felt like a bigger loss than just walking out of the primary party. But she had walked out. She had made her own decision, and it didn't sit well with her that Victoria implied that she was still allowing Brady to control her. Tristan, one of her freshman helpers at the college paper, came running into the room and broke through her thoughts. He craned his neck around, and Liz waved her hand in the air to signal him. He darted over and stood before her in perfectly pressed khaki pants, a navy polo, and a black jacket. The only thing giving away that he had been in a rush was the wave at the crest of his typically flawless hair, and the bead of sweat forming at his temple. Dougherty, Tristan said to Liz in greeting. She had been able to break him of the formal miss that had gone before that for the first month or more of his working for her. But now, even when they were just out with friends, she couldn't break him of the habit of addressing her simply by her last name. What did you find? Liz asked. I have the results for the precincts you requested. Liz looked over Tristan's shoulder to find Hayden only a few feet away from her. Hayden! She called. Their eyes locked, and he smiled that heart-stopping smile before hurrying over to stand just a bit closer. Does he have the results? He asked Liz. He was all business, too. It was why they worked well together. It was why they had always worked well together. And it was one of the reasons she had liked him the past 2 years. She would have given anything for Hayden to make a move before Brady. Before Brady. It was like a constant mantra. She forced those thoughts out of her mind and focused on the business at hand. Tristan nodded, pulled a piece of paper out of his pocket, and handed it to his bosses. Liz scanned the list, her stomach somersaulting. She couldn't believe what she saw. All but one precinct, she whispered. Hayden flashed her a smile. Just like you predicted. Not Merriweather Precinct, because they always run opposite the Maxwells, she murmured. You said that too, Hayden encouraged. It wasn't the entire 4th District by a long shot, but the few precincts that they had been watching in Chapel Hill had swung for Brady. Maybe that would swing the whole district, if the boost in student voting on campus was any indication.